Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Natasha. So today we are actually going to be talking about why you have depersonalization, derealization disorder. So this is actually a part 2. And I am going to be answering that by sharing my own personal story. Okay, so let's get right into it. So excited. I'm so excited because I know that you are going to recover. That is why I'm so excited. So, growing up was just never easy for me. I had like a very, very horrible childhood. I never had things that little girls had, like a doll, just a little doll or nice clothes, maybe a pretty dress for Christmas. I never had any of that. I never afforded nice hair. My parents could not afford to take me to the salon. And I also grew up with a very, very abusive father who would come home in the dead of night and just disturb everybody, wake everybody up and fight with my mom. That was like so hard. So because of that, I always kept to myself. I was always in my room because I didn't want to have friends come over and see my father behaving in that manner. I didn't want my friends to laugh at me. So I never made friends. I always stayed in my room because I didn't want my friends to label me a weirdo. I kept to myself. I always was just either writing, or stuck in my mind. I was always stuck in my mind, just up there in Neverland, maybe. I created stories in my mind. In my mind, I was cool. I was awesome. I was everything I ever wanted to be. That was how I spent my entire childhood. It was like so hard. Getting into high school, I never considered myself pretty because my friends did not consider me pretty. You know, they made fun of many things on my face, like my lips. They said I have big lips. So I thought having big lips was such a flow, like a big flow. I hated myself. I didn't consider myself to be pretty. I actually admired my friends. And because of that, I stayed away from boys because I believed no guy would ever want to have anything to do with a girl like me. So high school was all about books, and books. In addition, my father spent most of the money that he found on alcohol. Now, because of this, I was always the last person to get back to school when a new term opens or when we got into a new grade because I could not afford it. So when I wrote my junior secondary exams, I came first. I was like super intelligent. I came first. I beat everybody, the guys and the girls. I came first, but I was the last person to start school. My daddy actually found money, and do you know what he did with it? He spent it on alcohol while I was at home. While I was at home, not able to go to school, while I was at home crying, my dad found money and spent it on alcohol. Now this broke my heart. I began to think like a lot. I thought and thought. I thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I wasn't cool. I thought I wasn't going to be anybody because of my father. And I never had any friend. It was always just me in my room, like all the time. So it was during this time when I wrote my junior secondary exams that I got my first episode of DPDR. Now, I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I really suffered for a very long time. And my mom could not afford to take me to a doctor. There was a time my mom and I were actually kicked out of the doctor's office because we didn't have money. I was, I think, 14. Yeah, 14 at the time. So it was like super hard. It was extremely hard. I didn't know what DPDR was. So answering this question, why you have DPDR with my story, is you have depersonalization, derealization disorder because of unprocessed trauma, because of stress. There has been trauma in your life that has built up over the years. Many things have happened that you have not processed, that you have not taken care of. That is why you have an episode of DPDR. DPDR does not happen for no reason. Your mind does not disconnect itself from you for no reason. This happens because of trauma, because of stress, and your mind feels the need to disconnect itself from you to protect you from this trauma, to protect you from danger. That is the reason you have DPDR. Let me give an example of a pressing iron. A pressing iron has a thermostat. So when it heats up, like when it gets heated up and the heat is like super high, the thermostat turns off. It turns the pressing iron off and waits until it cools down. That is when it turns on again. That is precisely what is happening with you. Your mind heated up because of unprocessed trauma, because of stress, and you need to cool down before your mind can reconnect itself to you, before your mind can turn itself on. That is all you need to do. You need to cool down. You need to start taking care of your mental health. Process the trauma. Let go of stress. Let go of things that have gotten to you like over the years. Let go. Cool down. Calm down. Now, anxiety is also making things worse because you are freaking out all the time. You are always scared, and your mind is thinking you are in constant danger. It is thinking you are in danger all the time. That is why it is not letting you get back to normal. So you need to start telling it. You need to start telling your mind that everything is okay. You need to begin to calm down, to stop freaking out, distracting yourself as much as possible, processing the trauma, letting things go. You need to start feeding your mind with positive stuff. You need to start feeding your mind with the right stuff and get rid of everything negative. You need loads and lots of optimism, and all the symptoms will begin to subside. Everything is going to go back to how it used to be. So just like the pressing iron, you need to cool down, and the thermostat is going to turn itself on. When it turns itself on, you'll get reconnected to your memories, the existential fears will go away, and every other symptom, leaving you 100% recovered. Okay, I hope you learned something from this video. Please start taking care of your mental health. It's so important. The same way that you take care of your skin, your clothes, your hair, is the same way that you need to start taking care of your mental health. Let go of everything that is not positive. Start living for you. Be kind to yourself, and everything will be alright. Okay, so please do subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on the future videos, and together we can talk our way out.